What is going on, guys? Pumpson87 here, and today I'm here covering round 4 of the ASR Championship. This is round 4 of the Russian Grand Prix. Not a very liked track on the calendar by me and a lot of people, really. I perceive it as one of the worst tracks in the F4 calendar, but nonetheless, let's see how we can go. I've done a bit of practice for it, not gonna lie, and I've actually felt like I was in a pretty good rhythm for this track, and actually qualifying. This is my qualifying lap, and I have to admit it's probably one of my best qualifying laps I've done to date. I also admit that there could have been a few points where I'm really surprised I didn't get it invalidated. I already did banker time, which is fairly okay, but I was just pushing on this lap. I just wanted to push and see what I can do, and if I got invalidated, then so be it. But I just wanted to see what I can do. For example, that corner, I'm really surprised I didn't get invalidated. But there's also some of the things I could have gone quicker, like there's the right-hander before, where I could have gone quicker as well. But before I get into the main core of this video, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports me with these videos, and even like my fellow league racers. Like straight after the race, I get messages on Facebook, I get messages on Xbox with people sending clips in for me to include this, and it's just a great help. And like even before this video goes live, I get Facebook comments and messages, whatever, like when's the video coming out, and it's really great to see, and it really drives you to make these videos and make them as quick as possible. So I want to say a big thank you for that. But anyway, this is on board the rest of my qualifying lap. Going across the finish line now. Actually P3 on the grid for the moment. P3, I was shocked. I felt like it was a pretty decent lap. Well, it's actually P4 now, as Berserk goes quicker. But yeah, it's actually P7 on the grid, which I would definitely take. I'm not going to lie, I would definitely take that result. And we're looking at the time screens now. I'm only 3/10 off pole, which is probably the closest I think I've ever been in the ASR league. I might be wrong, but I swear it's the closest I've ever been. Ben's just right behind me, set a lap time very close to me, but just behind me there. And the weather for this race is in intermediate conditions. Gotta love the good old weather on this game. I did also a little bit of wet weather practice, so I felt okay in the wet as well. So I guess we'll see if that transpires to the actual main league race. So end of formation lap now. We've got 5 lights illuminating on the screen. Behind Green Master 99 in front of Team Armada. Lights out and away we go. And the starts, yeah, pretty average. No, it's not that bad. Not that bad. We haven't lost any positions just yet. Everyone seems to have got an okay start. No one really got a bad start. Ben's alongside us now, so he might get the inside line. I think he's been blocked by the Williams quite a bit. So we've got a nice clear patch on the outside. We've got forced a little bit wide by the Ferrari, by Ben actually. That's a fair enough move. I mean, we only lost 1 position. In fact, we haven't lost any positions off the line, as we now got Acho round our outside. I'm not sure what happened to Fens at the start there, but he went backwards. And now we've got Torosso diving down the inside, pushing us wide. Very aggressive by Chimchar. I don't even know where he came from. And now we've got a legal overtake on Fens for some reason. He wasn't even anywhere near us. And now we're going to the right-hander. He completely dive bombs me, forces me off. And there's a Red Bull upside down. Fens there just dive bombing everyone and causing a massive pile up at that corner. We're going to have a replay of it in a second, but I'm not sure if that's lag or what happened there, but that's a big pile up at that corner. I'm actually surprised it didn't happen on the way down to turn 2. It's actually pretty clean off the line, gotta be said. But this is on board with Quicksilver down in 12th place. A little bit of contact to Funk Guru there as Joe goes around his outside. And also, it's all looking very clean so far. Everyone clustering around, but no one's spinning. iFen's going a little bit sideways. Quicksilver going around the outside of Joe. And we're going to see the partnership ahead. Fens just look like outbreaks himself, forces me wide, and then sort of lags back on the race line and just takes out Funk Guru, goes upside down. Somehow didn't retire. I'm not sure how. It's amazing how he didn't, but now on board with Brock Dustuff, who's got a wild Harry Ryan, which teleports into the side of him and actually gives him front wing damage there. And now we're going to board with AY Charlie. Unfortunately, Harry Ryan, he did send me these clips. Unfortunately, I was too far in this video edit to include them. So a big apology to Harry Ryan in this video. Go check out his videos. I'm sure it'll be up there. But AY Charlie just got spun out there by Brock, squeezed into the wall. Very unfortunate, really. I think he was the only major casualty on that lap 1. But now, end of lap 2, we've got Acho's made a big mistake. He's bottled it down the escape road, and that's us up into P8 now. We were applying the pressure quite a bit, and we were actually quite pacey against Acho, and he just made a little bit of a mistake. Very unfortunate for him. Now lap 6, we've got a good gap behind with Harry Ryan, and so about 4 seconds in front of Chimchar. But as you can see, at the bottom of the screen, everyone's disconnecting. So unfortunately, we've got a bit of a glitch going on. I mean, you know it's a glitch when suddenly the 5 lights appear halfway through a race. Truly bizarre, very weird, and probably restart worthy. I know something similar happened on pretty much everyone else's screen. Everyone disconnected, everyone's in their own random positions. I mean, look, like, you can explore this glitch. I have no rev counter for some reason. My rev counter has completely disappeared off the bottom of my screen, and in the top left, no one's around me. Like, there's no names have appeared. So really weird. By the way, speaking of top left, I hope you guys don't mind the party chat thing at top left. I can disable that if you want, if it's too distracting for future videos. I just completely forgot about it for this race. But yeah, that's a truly bizarre glitch, and unfortunately means you have to restart. Nothing really we could have done. It was the only logical choice at this point. Everyone desyncing from each other. And now let's have another attempt at this. So the first attempt was actually hosted by Warden, as Ben was a bit worried about a thunderstorm over his house and whether that would disconnect him from online. But now he's actually hosting this lobby. It should be a bit better, as that also means there's no qualifying, as Ben set up the grid in the qualifying order as it was before. So we're starting on the super soft tyres. Weather for this race is actually dry throughout, except for the final part of this race. So a few people might actually be starting on the soft tyres and hoping they last out to the rain period as a sort of interesting strategy, which would be pretty cool actually. As here I am altering the setup, trying to get it down to a nice stable setting. I don't like the ballast on 7, it just completely destables the car. I know some people like it on 7 and I just don't. I prefer it on 6. But it is a big factor in how to get quicker this game. But anyway, straight onto the grid now, no formation lap. It actually caught me out as I was gearing myself up for a formation lap. But now, we're away, 5 lights out and away we go, and we get a terrible start. Absolutely terrible start. As we got Ben, got the inside Greek Master, we got another car going past us, Acho's got past us, Force India's got past us, but looks like fairly clean so far. We've escaped all of the chaos of the turn 1. There's a big collision behind, yellow flag already, as we've been dive bombed by the Force India, being forced off, so not really the best start. We've got legal overtake on Quicksilver now. Chimchar goes on our outside, and Quicksilver's just behind us, so we have to go wide to let him back through. We're getting a warning for track extending, even though we're letting someone through, but whatever. I just come to accept these things. And we could have probably picked up a bit smarter. Joe's got packed past us, and now we've got Jason going up our inside, but he gets a pretty poor exit. Now we're looking for the inside for the fast right. It's going to be a pretty ballsy move. And we actually cut the corner to keep the position, as we get a warning for that. So that's already 2 warnings in this race on lap 1. We have to leave him room on the inside, going through the fast left, as we're going side by side through the second sector. Good racing with Jason so far. I got the inside line once again. I leave him room on the exit, and we're still going side by side down the back straight now on the second DRS zone. DRS obviously not active on lap 1, but this battling has meant there's a bit of a gap now to Joe and Quicksilver ahead. And now we've got the inside line for the right-hander. We get the position, and we probably cut him off a little bit there. I think he was he had his nose alongside us, and I thought I gave more room than I actually did looking back in the replay. So luckily there wasn't any contact, there wasn't any spinners. I didn't take my teammate out, which is always a positive. And now going for the rest of lap 1. Good battling so far. We're not far behind Cho and Quicksilver. Let's see if we can catch them, apply some pressure, and overtake them during this race, as they're on super soft tyres as well. So let's see how things go on that. But anyway, first things first, we're going to look at some replays as we usually do. And this is lights out where we go from Greek Master 99 qualifying just ahead of us. He's on the ultra soft tyres, and you've got Ben looking down his right hand side, and he actually gets squeezed into the wall by Greek Master. But was he sort of going for a move that didn't exist? And now Greek's just hit the this Force India and then just spin into the path of a lot of other people. Funker is out on the spot. Big shame for him. Ben's got front wing damage, Greek's got front wing damage, and then you can see Quicksilver didn't do anything wrong, he was just holding his line really, and Greek just touched his iPod. So a bit of a racing incident, I'd say. Then you can see like he forced me out there, but he was squeezed by Chimchar in all fairness, so That's just normal, normal racing. As you can see, if I played on board, he would just see me go wide. Look, from his screen, it looked like I made a mistake, but I was actually trying to let him through there. And now we get AOR Charlie, who just swerves around Brock, so a good reaction from him, as Brock just didn't get off the line for some reason. And Charlie just sort of gets spooked by the lag and just spins it all by himself, so bit weird, but I suppose the desync in the lag there sort of did spook him out. He didn't want any front wing damage, and to be fair, he didn't get any front wing damage, so we got away with that. And now we're on board with Brock, who I think for this race has taken Chimchar's lucky streak or whatever I called it last time. As you can see, he goes for it. Look at that front wing. Just the way that spins through the air like a pirouette. It's actually really quite funny. Fitchu ahead there, lost his front wing. A lot of people lost the front wing, but Brock didn't, so he got away with that. And as you can see, Brock caught up to the back of me, Jason, Joe, and actually on my teammate's screen, he forced him off, but really there wasn't any contact or anything, so it's a bit of a lag desync thing there. But Quicksilver going on the inside of Joe, and that wasn't really smart thinking by Quicksilver. That's left him very vulnerable down this back straight with the DRS. We're going side by side, looking for the outside line. He's going to have the third line. We're going to try and let break as late as possible, which we have done so far. Hold his round his outside to give plenty of room on the inside. And now going back to his screen, a little bit wheel-to-wheel contact, but nothing serious. As now his might lose position to Brock does stuff, and he's forcing his way down the inside. But Quicksilver holds it round the outside. But it looks like the McLaren on the ultra soft tyres has better traction. A little bit of a lag there. Brock is lagging quite a bit in this race and forces Quicksilver quite wide there. But Quicksilver obviously forced on the track, keeps his position ahead of him, as now my teammate gets him to 11th place. Now we're behind Oh My God, It's Joe. And Joe really didn't have very good pace at the start of this race. I don't know if he had any front wing damage, but I felt definitely a lot quicker than him, but I just couldn't get past him. He was going quite wide a lot of places. He was parking the bus quite well, but this is the best opportunity I can get so far in this race. Lap 8, we're definitely within striking range. Put up to Rich Mix, new personal best for this race. A good DRS, he's looking to the inside, he's defending well. We're looking for the inside line. It's going to be very difficult to go around the outside at turn 1. He brakes quite late as well. Bit of a lock-up from him. Try to hold it around his outside, but that doesn't really work. He can't go side by side really through turn, it's not turn 1, it's turn 2 really, as that kink and the straight is technically turn 1. But anyway, going towards turn 4 now, and Quicksilver actually tried to have a look down my inside. It actually sort of spooked me off, and that means he's all over the back of me now, which is a bit frustrating as I wanted to catch up to Joe, and now we're really under pressure from Quicksilver. But it's a good battle so far between me, the Force India, and the Mercedes. And now he's looking for the outside line, going into the end of the DRS straight. We are breaking ourselves a little bit too much there, and now we're on board with his screen. He's looking through the switchback, and he's got the inside line going up to the left-hander, but we're going to try and hold it around his outside. He goes on the inside, but I hold it round his outside very fairly, but he's got the switchback once again as he goes a little bit on the curb, and he's looking for the inside line now to the water corner. He dive bombs me, and that's a good move, really. Yeah, good move. It was all fair. He had the inside line, he got his braking very nice, and now we're on board in my screen. Can we get back past him with the DRS? We will have DRS, obviously, as the activation is at the final corner, I'm pretty sure. But we're not quite as close as we were to Joe. He's going to defend anyway. Can we have a quick look, a cheeky look? He has the inside line, which is the compromise line for turn 1 and 2. We get very early on the traction, very close behind him in turn 3, looking around the outside line, but unfortunately the outside line is a slower line around turn 3, and he's got position ahead of us. So good battle so far for P8, 9 and 10, but we're going through the third sector now, and we're making a bit of an error, a little bit of wheel spin oversteer, and we slid the car into a spin, kept it just out the barrier, and that's a bottle if I've ever seen one. I was so gutted I did this. It's lost me 10 seconds, it's lost me positions to Charlie, to Brock, it's lost me the place in the battle with Joe and Quicksilver, who I really thought I could battle for the rest of this race. I was looking pretty racy against them, and I don't know, I thought I was on for a good result, but that's really cost me 10 seconds in this race. Yeah, just an enforced error. A few people pitting there. I think Acho pitted. I think Charlie might have pitted as well. So back inside the top 10 briefly, but now we've got fresh guys come out of the pit lane freshly on super soft tyres. One of them is Acho right behind us, as my teammates in the pit lane, but I think he actually disconnected from this race, unfortunately for him. And now we got Acho looking very threatening, upper inside. They're to a corner, we have to leave room, unfortunately. We don't really want to battle these guys too much, as they're not really in our race anymore. We're probably racing for the lower points. With that stupid mistake from myself, we're not really going to redeem ourselves that way. If we didn't have that spin, we could have caught up to these guys at the end on soft tyres, but now with that mistake, there's really no chance I can catch up. Lap 13, in a few laps time we will be thinking about making our stop onto the soft tyres ourselves, as Chimchar goes for inside, quite fair, and yeah, it's all good. Looks like they're having a good battle for the rest of this race. Speaking of battles, this is the battle I was in, Quicksilver and Joe, and Quicksilver launches it down Joe's inside. Very nice move, and Joe just relinquishes his position really. Didn't really defend that too hard. Quite surprising really, and I'm sure both of them will be having their pit stop soon for the ultra soft tyres. Greek, I don't know what sort of line that is, buddy, but that's not the right line. And he actually gives up. After that turn 1 incident, he just sort of gives up on the race. And he retires right there. But now, Ryan board on my screen, it says lap 16. We're going to pit at the end of this lap, but even so, we're under pressure from Master Berserk, who's on the ultra soft tyres, copying our strategy. We've now got Fens behind us as well. They're having a good battle. Seems like a lot of people are just pairing up having battles this race. So, great to see from their screen, but now we're going to the pit lane on lap 16, and we make another mistake, speeding into the pit lane, an unforced error. Luckily, on this game, there's no drive-through, it's just a 5-second stop-go penalty, which I'm actually really grateful for, otherwise I would really affect my race. In terms of time penalties, I think we only got 2 time penalties the entire race, which isn't that bad actually, like a lot of people got more than me. But that's now 5 seconds on top of it with the speeding to the pit lane. So an unforced error is going to really cost me at the end. But now we've got the all soft tyres, the quickest tyres. Let's see what we can do with them. Let's see if we can catch up to Tim Marduk. And I think it's Brock is battling with. We're going to merge just ahead of Xfitcho, who also got caught up in that lap 1 chaos. So very unfortunate for him. But now we're just letting personal best after personal best. I felt really good on these tyres. I felt like I had great pace at the end of this race. I'm going to catch up to Ben at like over a second a lap. It's insane pace we're showing right now, and by lap 20, it's actually a battle for the lead, by the way. I've totally forgot to include this in the video. So it's a three-way battle for the lead between New Zealand Ryan, Warden and Dominator. 3 very quick guys in this league, it's got to be said. And New Zealand Ryan has the disadvantage in tyres. He's on the super softs, whereas the 2 cars behind are on the ultras. Warden loses the back end out of that corner. Dominator's looking for inside. A very forced manoeuvre there. And lucky Warden didn't spin, as we're going to have a replay on board of Dominator as a very cheeky manoeuvre. I'm not sure whether he should have given that up. He did have a little bit of contact with his rear right. I don't know. That's one for the stewards, I suppose. But continuing with this battle, I think Joe recorded this as he also retired. I'm not quite sure why Joe retired, actually. I know he's in the points, so it's a bit weird. But now we're on board with Dominator, looking round down the inside of New Zealand Ryan. Can he hold it round the outside, though, of turn 3 and maintain the lead with this race? 3 wide almost down that corner, but New Zealand Ryan, great defending of this lead and keeps position ahead of the 2 charging cars and ultras behind, as Warden very nearly a corner cut there, my friend. But speaking of corner cuts, that is my second penalty of this race as it happens. I forgot I included that. But we're right on the back of Brock and Ben, who are battling like crazy. Actually, Brock has hit the back of Ben there. A little bit of an enforced error, and that's really going to cost him for the rest of this race with that front wing damage, as I saw a front wing flying off. Also my teammate there, who's a lap down, very unfortunately disconnected, and Brock is going to look very vulnerable to us now. It should be easy pickings with that front wing damage, and sure enough, with better traction of that corner, look at the better traction we got. An easy move up the inside into the 3rd sector. That seems to be one of my favourite overtaking places during this race as it happens. Brock's right behind us, but he's not going to risk it down the inside of this corner. I know him better than that. And now we're going to chase after Team Marduk, who's looking quite slow on those super soft tyres compared to us on the fresh ultras. Our tyres holding up really well, even 7 laps into our stint. They're still feeling really good. And now, got the DRS into Rich Mix. Let's see what we can do. He doesn't defend, which I'm actually really quite surprised about. I was expecting him to defend the inside for this corner, but we're going to brake very late. claim the inside line, and hopefully that's position. Although he might get the switch back on us, as they got a very compromised line out of that corner. We've got to leave him room on the inside. It was actually very generous there. We left him plenty of room. We left him entire tank load of room. But then can't maximise off that, and we've got the position. We missed the apex slightly off that corner, but that shouldn't impact us too much. Going through the final corner, and we've got P10 now. Let's just see if we can pull away and hopefully maintain P10. I'm not sure what penalties people have. It might throw us out the points at the end of the race with that 2-time penalties and the pit lane penalty. But not really much we can do. We've actually got rain now falling at the end of this race. Lucky it didn't hold it out until the rain period. Otherwise, it would have been no use. It's only just now transition period from dries to inters. And AY Charlie made a mistake, but unfortunately not close enough for me to capitalise. He might have penalties though. He might have more penalties than me, but I highly doubt it. I have 11 seconds worth. I'm sure he doesn't have that much. As we're going to come across the line now through the final 2 corners. Sure, I made plenty of mistakes that race, but it was a fun race nonetheless. And are we going to get demoted? Yeah, unfortunately we are. Team Murdoch's got the final points paying position. He's got P10, we've got P11. Pretty disappointing really. If they're going to watch on board if Brock does stuff, he comes across the line for P12. Bit of a disappointing day for him, but at least he got point. At least he finished the race, which he hasn't done in all 3 races so far this season. So I'm sure he'll be happy with that. And now we've just got an onboard fail with X-Vicho, who spins it on the final sector of the final lap. So good job by him. But I hope you guys enjoyed that race. I actually kind of did. It was fun on the ultra tyres at the end, chasing down Tim Murdoch and Brock, and nearly catching Charlie at the end, who was battling with Chimchar. But what could have been? If I hadn't had that spin, if I hadn't had the 5-second penalty, I would have easily been in the points. I would have been around probably Quicksilver in 7th. I would have been ahead of Charlie, probably ahead of Chimchar. Yeah. To be fair, that's more my own fault. I didn't have any bad luck this time, which is great. And I only have myself to blame for those mistakes. And hopefully I won't do them for the next Grand Prix, which is Spain. So I hope you guys can enjoy that video. Sorry once again for whoever's footage I didn't include in this. I mean, this video is already over 20 minutes long, which is one of the longest race reviews I've done in quite a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. Smash the like button if you did, and I'll probably see you guys all when when a lot of this footage is included in Ben's videos tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then for my next video, as my voice is beginning to break up. So I'll see you guys then for my next video. Thumbs up.